Hey, inner critic, we're coming for you today. You ready? Let's go. You are enjoying the Step Out and Thrive podcast. I am so excited that you're joining us for today's Step Out and Thrive podcast episode. And as you may guess, we're talking about taming our inner critic. And if you're out there that's going, well, I don't have one of those, you probably do. You most likely do. All of us do. All of us have an inner critic that we go back and forth with. And I'm going to ask your inner critic right now to chill out, because I'm going to tell you, if this is the first time you're watching any of these, I need you to go back 2 episodes. And your inner critic is going to go, you don't need to. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. No, if you decide to go back 2 episodes, that's when we first introduce goals. And that's what this whole series is about. So regardless if you watch this whole episode and then go back, or stop where you are right now and go back, just make sure you do take time going back, because it's going to make a lot more sense. And your inner critic will be put in its place. Okay, today we are talking about inner critics and how in the world do you recognize when it's your inner critic? And how do we do that? How do we move forward? Okay, first of all, and you guys know I'm going to say this, I'm just going to go ahead and get it out of the way. Inner critics are easily to be known when you are in community and you're in continual community with other people. And I know you guys are like, well, Bethany, you always say that because you're always wanting people to join the groups. Yes, but I also want to make sure that you have people right around you right now within arm's reach that know how to let you be and really listen, because they have earned the place in your life to go, say that one more time. Wow, that seemed really harsh that you would say that about yourself. Can you tell me how that settled within you? Or does that sound like something that you would say? Or is that something going on inside of you? See, those questions are very particular. And sometimes people would just, that don't know how to do this, they'll shove it back in your face and go, no, in Jesus' name, I do not accept that. Okay, that's fine. But it can, at least, if they can repeat it back to you, you can kind of hear what you're saying. You can kind of see what you're believing. And you can go, wait a second, is that really something deep inside of me? Or is that a story, that a narrative that I've allowed myself to believe? That's really not true. Another thing that we can realize is just to be okay with what is happening emotionally and not let that define us. Now, yes, if you've ever heard the terminology, emotions are like the lights that pop up on a dashboard that something is wrong. And that's true, 100% true. At the same time, a lot of times we allow those emotions to take the driver's seat. And when that happens, a lot of times we can end up on the side of the road. This is what I challenge you to do. And it's a practice that a lot of us do in our groups, but it's one thing that I want to invite you to do. Maybe it's just by yourself or with God, but just pay attention to, if I had to name an emotion that I'm checking in with today, what would that be? Honestly, what would that be? Would it be happiness? Would it be sadness? Would it be disappointment? Would it be excitement? And knowing that that emotion is not who you are. It doesn't define your worth. It doesn't define how amazing you are or not amazing you are. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can feel that can keep God away from you than closer than He is right now. I want that to sink in. Because a lot of times when I'm wrestling with my inner critic, it's that value proposition. It's like, you don't deserve that. You got to work harder here. What will other people think about you? A lot of it is value driven. But if I know and I'm reminded and I'm continually around people who love me just the way I am, I don't have to earn. Instead, I can pay attention to those things in my life that make me feel fully alive and close with God. And I can experiment and I can fail because I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm failing forward. I don't feel stuck. I don't feel defined by my inner critic. Some of these are helpful points for you to sit there and remember, but I will tell you, and I will tell you again, the easiest way to identify inner critic comments is by being in continual relationship with those who really know you, for those who you've allowed to really speak into your life. Because sometimes it is hard. And a lot of us are solopreneurs, or we're counselors, or pastoral care professionals. And here's the thing, if we're around people, it's usually one-on-one. We're not really in group settings. So I ask you, who are those people in your life that you know without a shadow of a doubt that they can be nice and really come to you in the best way possible and say, hey, that doesn't sound like you. Hey, that emotion, that sadness, that disappointment that you're carrying, can I just sit with you? Because you're still amazing to be around. And that doesn't define you. And even if you were excited, I'd still want to be around you just the way I am today. We really do need that. You need that. You're valuable enough to hold that. So how do you want to move forward with this week? Well, one challenge for you is, do you have those people? Maybe it's just that awareness of, do I have those people? So when you're in these social settings this week, go, are these my people? Are these my people that could really help me with destructive thinking and reframing it? If you do have those people, have an honest to goodness conversation with them. Say, hey, just like you, I struggle with inner criticism. Can I visually connect with you maybe once a week, maybe once every other week, and just to say and us to check in about where we are in our business, where we are in our family, where we are in our relationships. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. It just has to be that person that can remind you who you are. Number 2, and it should have been number 1, are you in a relationship with God? An ongoing, healthy relationship with God where you can hear him speak over you with love, with compassion, with forgiveness, with truth. And sometimes the truth isn't always easy to hear. But if you can't hear his voice, it's going to be really hard to ignore your inner critic. And again, this is something that groups, and it's one of my passions, to help people listen to God and hear his voice. With that being said, I hope that you have an amazing week. I cannot wait to see how God moves in your life this week. If you want to, definitely check out our community. I'd love to hear your goals. I'd love to hear how God is moving. And always, you're important, and I'm so glad that we got to spend time here together today. See you back next week. Thanks for enjoying today's Step Out and Thrive podcast, the one place that you can always count to dare to do more than just survive, to step out and thrive. As always, for more information, please check out BethanyBJoy.com or StepOutAndThrive.com.